Great, thanks. I'll share the screen now. Yeah. So in the last session, we discussed about what's an uptrend, and we had a very deep discussion in it regarding the moving averages to use. Today, we'll understand more about trend, and we'll look onto more and more charts. We'll understand about basis. We'll understand about consolidations. So understanding basis has few parts. First of all is the type of base. Then there is the structure of base and the strength of base. So first step is to understand what are the type of bases that are formed when you are in a consolidation. So when a stock is moving in a stage 2 uptrend, so stage 2 uptrend, how to find out stage 2 uptrend? That is defined by uptrend and the moving averages that we were using. Okay, 50 greater than 150 greater than 200. If 150 and 200 is not available, then you compare 20 and 50. Okay, usually for IPO stocks or stocks that are listed in previous 8 months, 10 months. So there you will not have these higher moving averages. So compare up these two and find out what stage the stock is in currently. When the stock is moving upon, so this is the overall stock journey. If some stock has to become a multi-bagger, for example, if the stock has to move from 100 to maybe 400 or maybe 300, it won't happen in single day or in a month or in 10 days or in 30 days. Okay, it will take time. Maybe 10 months, maybe 15 months, maybe 18 months. And when the stock is moving, they move in phases. So this is complete stage 2. Let's say, for example, these are your typical moving averages. This is 50, 150, 200, and this is the price movement up for the stock. And when it will move and then it will consolidate. So this is a very common way in which stock moves. They don't move up every day. They will move up. For example, this move was 40%, 50%, 60, 70. After that, profit booking comes in picture. The short-term traders, the mid-term traders, they book profit, and as a result, you have a correction, okay, in which the stock moves 15%, 20%, 30, 35% down and starts forming a consolidation, okay, and that is called as bases. So bases are pauses. Bases are pauses in an ongoing uptrend. Uptrend is what? Stage 2. Okay. Let's see some practical examples. So this is a stock which has changed its trend up here as these moving averages goes up here. So this is a stage 4 again. It then went a bit here, consolidated, it started again picking up. Again the moving averages started coming in sync up here. So stage 2 then again started up here. Look up here completely, these moving averages are above. This is all in a stage 2 uptrend till here. It's just going up and up in a confirmed stage 2. So when it moved, it did not happen that this went up, keep going like this. Okay, it went up, then again it started a correcting phase, and this correcting phase is within the overall stage 2 only. If you look till here, this is complete stage 2 going on. In that stage itself, it is correcting, and this correction was how much in this? Is 35%. So stocks can correct like from 10%, 15% to 35 to 40% also within the same stage itself. Okay, after this correction, it started. So till here it was just falling. If you look up here, after that it found its support somewhere up here. Okay, and then it again started correcting, going up sideways, and finally saw some movement up here. So this is a kind of base. This entire structure, we call it as a base, or you can call it as a consolidation phase. Okay, now there are three kind of bases that you will typically find. Okay, when a stock is moving up, you will find that happening in three ways. So first one, this is an uptrend. The stock corrects, it looks like this, and then somewhere it moves ahead. Okay, this is your first case. This is called upright base. Okay, reason, it simply went up and it formed a right side near to these highs. Okay, near to these highs it corrected, then again came up, then down, then again came up to these levels. So this is simply up and right. Okay, second case is it moves like this, it goes fully back down and it forms a base somewhere here. Okay, now this is called as up down base. This is popular three ways we are talking in which your bases will look. Sometimes it will be very strong, that it moved up good and after that it did not had very intense correction. It just simply went right side, typically on the upper side. This is on the upper half side, it started forming a consolidation. This is a different one. In this, it usually gives up most of its run. Okay, it went up and then gave most of its run and started consolidation up here. Look at this chart. This went up here like 54% and almost given back fully. Okay, from 54% and then gave up its run fully. So this is an up and down base in which stock moves up, again goes fully down. Okay, it may happen that it gives full of the move, or it can stop up somewhere here also, somewhere here, but not at the upper right side. Okay, not at the upper right side. This is just up and complete right side, and this is up and giving back majority of its gain. Okay, this is the second way. Look up here again after this move. The stock move up from here is 60, 64, 66%. Then it started moving down from here. This is 28%, 26% kind of correction up here. This is again same. It went up and again it went down, giving up a good part of the gains. Okay, so from this gain of 65%, it then remained 24% only here. So this is again an up and down base. Okay, an up down base. Now third, if you'll see third, it is an upslope base. Just a second. Third one, it is a prior up move and then the stock is moving like this, and you will be able to make such kind of upward and bottom resistance, a kind of channel where there is both upper side trend line and a bottom side trend line. Okay, this is third kind of base that is found up there. This is called upslope base. So the stock moved up, and after that it did not correct it. It again tried to move up, but it failed. It again tried to move up and failed. So this is kind of again and again an attempt. Okay, it broke up this high, but it did not sustain. Then again it broke up this high and it did not sustain. So when you are seeing multiple times the same thing happening, that there is a high breakout, but after that it again went down in the base, then again a breakout, then again went down in the base, this is an upslope base. So this is the three popular ways in which you will see all the consolidations. Okay, upright base, an up down base, and a upslope base. This is a upslope base. Okay, now let's see some examples and let's try to identify. So look up here, it's already drawn, but still understand up here. This was uptrend, then it went down. Here nothing happened. Here it tried to move up, breaking up this. It failed. Then again it tried to break up here. It again failed. So this was a failed attempt up here. This was again a failed attempt up here. So you will see it that this is an up move, and then it started an sloppy base. Okay, in which you can draw both an uptrend and a downtrend. Call it as a channel also. So it will have three phases up here: a start, a midpoint, and an end point. Three areas. Okay, let me remove some drawings. It will have three parts. So how to find out whether it is a upslope base? First step is, because this is a mistake that you will do, upslope base can be a bit tricky when back to back breakout failures. Okay, plus you have at least three areas to draw. So this is a up move, and then it is a upslope base. You have a breakout failure here. You have again a breakout failure here, enough to give you an indication that it's happening again and again. Okay, so then a final breakout will be out of this complete channel. Let's see another example. Now you, first of all, is this fine, or is there any doubt in this? We'll discuss a lot of examples, so you will get good understanding of there also. But is the concept fine till yet? Examples will clear it more, but for once at least. Okay, fine, clear. Now look up here. The stock has been going in this complete uptrend. Okay, so somewhere here it went down and again then went up, the moving averages. After this is a full uptrend. Now in this uptrend you had different phases in between. You have multiple set of corrections. So stock went up here, then again made a base, again went up, made a base, again went up and made a base up here, again went up and is currently in a base formation. Okay, so this is how any stock will move. In this process, this went 207% overall, but it did not happen in 1 month. It did not happen in 2 months. It takes time. It can take 15 months, it can take 10 months, 8 months, and it always moves like this only. I have a swing up move, then a sideways swing up move, base formation, swing up move, base formation. So let's identify the category of base up here. So this is a move up here. Let's start from here. Let's take this as a starting point. Now, which kind of base is this? first, second, third, upright base and up and down base. This is a up down base. Is it giving back too much? Are you able to see like this and happening, and resistance supply getting up here? So where is the majority price action? That is another way to look at it. Between upright and up down base, where is the majority price action? In an upright base, which looks like this, you will have majority price action near to these highs. Okay, majority price action near to these highs, the high of this up move. Okay, in an up and down base, you will have a majority price action not at these highs, okay, somewhere below. So again, now this is which kind of base? Now look at where is the majority price action happening. Is it happening near to these points or somewhere here? So this is a upright base. It went up and just simply went flat right side. Okay, so it's not up down. Up down will look like this, where you have given a very good part of your up move and majority price action is here. The supply is not here but is here. Here the majority price action is on the upper side. Okay, so this is a consolidation up here. Let me draw it. So this is a upright base. Okay, and then it moved up. Here 24-25% move. Now again, which kind of base is this? Here, where is the majority price action happening? Look at that and then answer. It's upright base again. Up slope. It tried up becoming an upslope up here, but it then did not crystallize. Till here it's a upright base. Okay, and this was a breakout, failed, breakout and failed. Here again stock moved up good. Now which kind of base? Now it eventually became up here. Here. Okay, this went up here, and then if you look from here, it almost gave fully or even in loss. So this is up down base up here then. Okay, we have this price action up here. A good congestion zone up here. It moved out simply here. Now which kind of base is this? Upright, up down, you can call it anything, because this is a very big run. 80% did not give much. Okay, but it spent considerable time up here also. So up and down is the first thing. That okay, in this it did not give a very high amount of the gains. Earlier gains like 40-50%, and it did not give much. But you can see that it did not form the congestion zone up here. Instead it went down, and then it had some candles up here and then started moving. Okay, so it's up down base up here. This is not a upslope base here. You look up here on this day. Is this upslope till yet? No. Okay, here it failed. Here again. So now you can make it that it's a slope base up here. You can then call it up here. On this day it was not. Okay, so here it's a upslope now. So if you wanted to trade anything up here, like here, then if in future this would have gone like this instead. Okay, like this, and this moved up, then this would be a breakout up here. Okay, then this is up slope, up and slope and a break. Okay, here it did not happen like that. It simply failed, and then it went down. So it's up down base, went up down. Now what kind of base is this trying to make at the moment? What kind of base is this trying to make at the moment? Upright base. Oh, till yet whatever is present. Okay, up down base, right? It moved up here, fully gave back this move, 38% fully gone. And let's see then, maybe something like this, or maybe not, maybe it simply fails. Whatever it is, only the future will tell whether it sustains the uptrend or it fails up. But till yet it looks like it's making an up down base. Okay, let's see more examples. This chart is less. Let's see Sanduma. This is the latest one. So look up here. This is a kind of up move up here. Now this is which kind of base? Not that tough to tell. This is which kind of base? Right. Up down base. Went up here, gave back fully. Okay. And then it started consolidating up here. And you can see that the majority price action is here only, not here. In an upright, majority will be here. It would have moved like this, then this. Okay, this is one example of upright. Again, R power. Look up here. You can also call it an up down, but majority, if you see from here, then this just came again and again to these levels. Okay. So if you'll see from here, this looks like a upright base from here. Okay. Movement then above for these levels, these. But yeah, if you see from here, it's a, you can call it as an up down base also. Why we are discussing this and why up down and upright, it's because you then need to understand what is the supply zone. That's the next step. Okay, that is the next step to understand the supply zone, that where is the majority supply, and that's why we are understanding it. We learned that stock, when it is moving, it moves up, it consolidates, and then it may again move and keep up the uptrend. So our place of buying is always after these kind of consolidations. Okay, because in an ongoing move, we don't know. Okay, we cannot buy the stock here randomly. Correction, we don't know when it will start. It may start 2 days, 3 days, 4 days afterwards. These are random areas if you are just buying anywhere. But once the stock is consolidated, it is setting up a base, it's in an ongoing uptrend, you know that the uptrend can continue to be in uptrend. Okay, that's what we understood in the last session also, that an uptrend can keep moving up and up until and unless it becomes a downtrend. Okay, an uptrend can be from 15 days, that it just went up 15 days above these moving averages and then completely goes down. It can be 10 months, 6 months, 8 months, 4 months, 3 months. Okay, it can be any number. We simply don't know. Only at the time when it goes, okay, when you are able to see it on the screen that yeah, it went. Okay, the moving averages are now again back down. That's when only you can know that it has changed. Okay. Otherwise, the belief that we are putting up is that it will keep on going if it's in a stage 2 uptrend. Okay, it will form a base, it will again move up, it will form a base, it will again move up. That's what the overall belief of the understanding is. Okay, so then it progressed. Now look up here, which kind of base is this looking till now? Okay, it is eventually changing up the trend up here. But which kind of base it looks? This is move up 70% and fully gone. So this is an up down, maybe sometime in future. We'll understand entry exit, that's a different thing. Currently just understand it in a step-by-step way. Okay. So that's what I answered. We are not understanding entry exit, just basis. Okay. Yeah, here you don't know if it downtrend. What if it again moves up from here? You don't know that, right? So it is moving into downtrend, but you don't know future, right? Now look up here. It is already marked up here. Still again, we'll see. I'll remove some moving averages also. Let's remove 4, 10. So look up here. This is some up move 50-60%. And what's happening after that? Which kind of base is this looking? Here, for once it failed a breakout. It failed a breakout up here. Again, it tried to move up. It again failed a breakout up here. So when you see back to back two breakout failures, that information is sufficient for you to understand that it is a up slope base. Okay, it's a up slope, moved up and then going like this. Okay, and here you can draw supply and demand, and this is the final breakout of this base. Okay, if you will make it like this, if you'll buy up below before that, then it may happen that it simply goes back down if you are not waiting for it. Let's see some more PGEL. Which kind of base is this? This is completely an up move going up here, 200%, 300%. One base we can see up is here, a small. This looks so good upright. Okay, up and then simply right. And again moved up here. And when you will know that it's setting a separate base, why is this not a base? Why is this not a base up here? First, if it is very small, just 2-3 candles. Second, usually when a consolidation phase is starting, it will go below your 20. Okay, below your 10 moving average, below your 20. 10 and 20 are shorter moving averages. So a swing usually starts from there. Okay, here you had a price moving up 20, it went up. Here it went down, so it is trying to set up a consolidation base. Okay, it's not randomly at any places like this. It's not, it's just simply in an up move. Okay, and moreover, second, you will be able to see some candles like stuff like this. Here, this is which kind of base now? If this is a full move up here, this is which kind of base? This is up down base. Yeah, so here you have a majority consolidation up here. Then it moved up, it took a retest, kind of progressed. Now look up here, it again broke the 20, broke 50 also. Now which kind of base is this looking up here? Look up till here. This is an up down base. You have majority price action on the lower side from the high. Okay, this is your complete up movement and full given back. Once 60% fully gone, then it starts sideways movement forming a base, and this is your final breakout. Then it completely changed its trend. Let's see this one. Now look up here, this went up, it went into then downtrend, it again started moving up here. So which kind of base is this looking now? Though it has both trends are there in up and down both, but where is the majority consolidation? Based on that, what kind of base is this? Simply up down. You have a majority rejection candles up here. Okay, then it again, by the end of this base, it again started to align. Okay, so uptrend, the move, and the downtrend, it changed the stage. Then again, by the end of this base, this one looks changing up the overall trend. Then it moved up here. Let's remove this. Now this is already drawn. Which kind of base is this? You have a good move. Where is the majority price action happening? Is it happening up here at these levels? Is it happening somewhere here or on a lower side? Okay, this one can be a mix of both because it's very near to these high also. Okay, you can call it up, down, upright, both. Okay, but still majority still is not up here. And simple thing is that we want to understand where the supply zone is. So that is what we want to make next. We want to make the supply zones where the majority price action is. So in up down base, it will be on the lower side. On an upright base, it will be on the upper side. So here you have majority price action up here. That is your base. Now here you can call this an upright or up down, anyone. Just we have to understand that where the majority supply zone is and try to remember it by way of which kind of base it is. Okay, so here you can see this is an, let's see, up down base only. This is a up down base, and then it broke up here, failed. It failed again up here, again a breakout, and then the move happened. Which kind of base is this now? Which kind of base is this? Up slope? No. Okay, let's see like this. Which kind of base is this? Up down base. Yes, this is an up down base up here. Okay. Now let's see this one. This one can be tricky. Now which kind of base is this? You will understand one more thing up here now. Which kind of base is this? This, which is the latest one, which you can see up here. Up down base. It's not up down, it's up down. Up and down. Anand says up down, up down. Okay, it looks still yet that it's an up down, but here's the catch up here. When you're making an up down base, you need to have some consolidation on the bottom side. Okay, it's not we have just few candles, handful, and it moves up and you are making a supply zone up here. It's not a up down base. When a stock is moving up and fully giving back or a part of giving, it needs to spend some time. That's where you will call it as an up down base. That's where you will have a majority resistance up here. Okay, in this case, it's just too small to make this a resistance zone. This is just too small. These are how many candles up here? If you will see in this base, there are 12 candles only, which is very less. You need to have at least 3 weeks kind of stuff up here, 3 to 4 weeks. That is 15, 16 to minimum 20 candles. When you're making an up and down base, if it is very small, let's say for example, what if it was this much only, and here the stock simply moved up back. Here you have then this candle. You have a candle up here. Then you have another candle up here. Then you have a candle up here. Okay, let's here. Then you have a candle up here. Now what will you call this? Will you call this an up down base? No, it's not. It will make eventually an upright base. Okay, this is an area of confusion. if the stock is spending too less time, okay, then eventually it is trying to move towards the upper side. Whether it will break or not, we'll come to know afterwards only. If it rejects up here, and then it can make like a right side up there. So you need to have some consolidation up here. It should not be that you're just looking 2 candles and telling that it's an up down base, some 10 candles and you're telling it an up down base. That's not a good resistance zone. That's not a good supply zone. Eventually in future it may try to move up itself. Okay, let's say for our power, now we discuss this one. Now here you can make it up here also. Okay, you can go as much below you want. You can make it here also, but it's not the correct zone. Okay, it's not a correct zone. Look up from here. This is your high, and this is where stock is reacting majorly up here. Then here again you have one more. So that is your major supply zone. These are very small candles. These are big candles, but we'll understand later that the structure which is higher low, it's not present up here, so nothing can be done much except to wait for it to make some good right side and then follow. So don't make like this. When you're making an up down base, this should be good. Like look up Cupid. Now will you call this an up down base? Because it's moved down and you have 3 candles up here. This is not sufficient. Okay, these are not sufficient. In future it may just simply move up and then have some resistance up here, make some right side, may give entry, may not give entry, separate case. Okay, so just don't go and try to find out any random supply zones, okay, to call it as an up down. So this is where you will get confused when you will apply it practically. So that's why I was discussing up here, and eventually looked it up here. Look at it. It moved here. This is not a supply zone. Moved up here. So eventually it was a upright base only, where you have good price action. Of course, this was very neat. So very smaller candles up here, but this is somewhere you have a price action near to these highs. Supply zone is near to these highs only. This is upright base. Okay, you cannot make a resistance up here. That's not a breakout then. Breakout was this only. Okay, so downward side, whenever we are playing on a downward side, you need to have 15-16 sessions minimum. Okay, that's where you will call it as an up down base. Otherwise your resistance remains the same. So this is another way to look. Here till the time you are seeing some good consolidation, 15-17 candles, your resistance zone becomes this only. Okay, upward area only. Once you see it, you can then shift to the here, wherever you are able to see that. Let's say for example this Apollo Micro, which we discussed earlier. So this is up down base. Now look up here, you have the consolidation, a good congestion zone up here. The number of sessions it had is like 21 sessions. Okay, that's where you can call it, you can make a resistance zone up here. Otherwise let's say we are at here, so your resistance zone remains this only, because that's the data which is present on this particular date. Okay, once you have data sufficient to call this as resistance, then you move up here. Now what if the stock moved up from here itself? Will this be a base? What if this simply moved up from here, here again a candle, and here? Okay, it is not an up down base. That's not something actionable up here. It's not a breakout yet. there is not sufficient candles. Eventually it may form a right side, and this is your supply zone. Okay, this is your resistance. But you had then good sessions up here, so on this day you can say that yeah, this is an up down base and it's breaking out. That's something which is then fine. Same way up here. Now you can, up here this was another, on this particular date it then got failed. Look, on this particular date here, this is an up down base. Okay, this was an up down base and then it failed, fully gone. Okay, and then you can see it happening up here. You can change up this zone then based on the, again you would like to have majority price action where, okay, so this is a majority supply zone and this is your final breakout. Okay, so it had a breakout up here also, up down base based on, as on that particular date, it then got failed. Again it tried to move up. You can see here many candles resistance. You can make it a area, and it's always a area. It's never a particular line. It's always a area. Of course you cannot make like this. Okay, a bit of common sense up here. This much is like fine, where you can cover majority candles. Okay, so this was an up down base. It made a 2-time up down base. One time it failed, then again it corrected, and in future it again gave a breakout. Let's see more examples. Whichever, let's take randomly. Let's go. Okay, look up here. This is up move. Now which kind of base is this? Which kind of base is this forming? Up down base, right? Here you had good move, given up good run, and you have a rejection up here, multiple areas. So this is your supply zone. So your first step is an uptrend, then identifying a consolidation. Once you identify areas of consolidation in an ongoing stage 2, third step is to make up the supply zones. For that, if you will remember which kind of base it is, whether it is upright, up down, up slope, it will be easier to draw up the supply zone because you will know where you will find it. Okay, so this is an up down base up here, it break out up here, kind of went up, went down, again went up. It is pull up here. Now this is which kind of base up here? This is the full up move that we got after this. Now this is which kind of base? Anand says up down, M says up down. Sushila says up down. Deepali ji says up down. You have majority price action here, and that's a breakout. Here it's a breakout. So it's up down base. You have very good number of areas, majority price action happening up here. This one it did not progress then. Let's see more. Now this is which kind of base? This is your prior up move, and then this is happening up here. This is up down base, and you have a majority price action here. Okay, that's a breakout up here. You can call till here also, actually it's up down base, so it's a breakout up here. This one got failed. Now don't worry about entry till now, we have not discussed it. Okay, we're just learning where to make supply zones. This one here got failed. and again came up here gave a good close again. So an up down base, final movement started from here. This moved up fully. Now here it tried to make up down base up here, or in fact here also. This is a majority price action area. Here failure, here rejection, here rejection. You had a breakout up here, it failed fully. It changed the trend up here. I think till yet it is not able to capture. It's trying to capture back now. Okay. But this is again an up down base and it got failed. Supply zone means resistance zone. Okay. Same thing. Where people are selling up. After this run, where are majority people selling up? Where are majority people stuck? That is where what you mean by resistance zone. From where the price action is again and again going up down in a range. So look up here now. Now this is which kind of base up here? Let's see only till this date. This is which kind of base? This is again an up down base. Here went, here got sideways action, tried to move up, failed. Again it got reset up here. After that you can see that it is now forming a bigger upward side resistance up here. Again it got failed up here. This time it progressed. Now this is which kind of base here? This is which kind of base up here? Yeah, at one this was like election candle, huge candle. It recovered fully and from it's again here. This is 40%. It almost this candle was too absurd. Some kind of external single kind of events which happen around once in a year. Sometimes elections, sometimes some trade wars or some XYZ currency, this that. Okay. Now this is full upright base. If you'll ignore these 1-2 candles, it just went up and went right side. So this is upright base. We have a majority price action here. Here rejection on the right side. Here trying to move up here. Okay, you can draw like this also here. This way. Okay, so that it covers this closing here. Here rejection. The final move up here. So upright. This is one of the candle. That's what I told you. Yeah, upright can be very small. It can be small 10 sessions also. It can be 5 sessions also. It can be. It went below this 10-20. That's the thing which gives you a kind of belief and a kind of confidence that yeah, it has for once corrected. Good. Okay. It has tested those moving averages, went below it. So again, it can like move up. So upright can be small. It is simply telling you the strength. Okay. Nothing else. Up down, why we look? So that you don't make an error. It's not that up down is you require more days. It's just that for you to not make error, I've made that. Otherwise, you'll go and find two candles and say that is a breakout up here. Oh, it's up down. Every base will then look to you as an up down only. Somewhere you will have 2-3 candles below side. Then you will start picking that up. Okay. So that's why I've made that. Okay, wait for 15 sessions so that you don't make that error. So up and ignore these 1-2 candles because of elections. And you will see that majority candles are then on the upper side. So that's upright. And then you have a move up here. We are learning everything on daily time frame. So do it that. Now you want to apply this on monthly. That's not something you should do. Okay. We are everything learning on daily time frame only. So stick to that time frame. Okay. That's what I am saying. Just go to daily. Why you want to go there and analyze? Analyze everything on daily only. Okay. Let's see some more examples. So now look up here, which kind of base is this? This is like completely gone up here. Majority action here, one breakout up here. Here you can call it as an up-down base because majority action is on the bottom side. Eventually it changed its trend somewhere here. Somewhere here it gave a further breakout. It moved from here. Here it got the trend changed up here somewhere. Okay, that's an up-down base. Okay, look up here. This is move. This is upright. Okay, this is upright base. You have this price action here, then here. Now that's why some of you will go do like this. I know, very good. Okay, you will go and do like this. You'll make like this, and no, this is up down base. See here, 5 candles, 6 candles here. That's why I made that thing for you so that you don't get confused. Okay, you have sufficient candles, so that is your trigger point. That is where supply zone is. If it's not, then it's this. Sudarshan says confusion is between stage 2 and stage 2. You don't need to know that. Okay. Whether it's a stage 3 consolidation or stage 4, it's fine. Everything we will do eventually will be when it has transitioned to stage 2. It can form a base in between. Okay. It can form a base in between where one side was 3, where one side was 4, then again 2. It's fine. If your base is like this, it's fine. Is uptrend here, it went below moving averages and again went up. Eventually your trigger point will be when it is an uptrend only. Okay, but what we are learning, how stock moves. Okay, how stock moves. It's fine. Sometimes in this movement it may transition to downside. When it is like 40-50% kind of fall, it will eventually transform. Then again it picks up. Okay, that's how stock moves. They move up, they go down. Bear market comes eventually after every 15 months, 16 months. They'll move down again 50-60%. They will transition into different stage, into a decline stage. Then again when bear market will be over, they will then again transfer to stage 2. Yeah, okay, so nothing to like confuse up here. Now this is upright base. It moved up. Now this is which kind of base up here? This is up down. Upright base में कितना consolidation होना चाहिए? I already answered. So just I answered 3 times that thing. So just see it again in the recording. Okay. So here it's a up down base up here. It again started to moving it. An upright base like this one, you can have very small, like in let's say in Masdog, Cochin Shipyard, all these had very small. So it is fine. It is in strength. If it is less, it's fine. This one went below 20, went again up. So it's a very small. If you will see candles, it will be like here only, 6-7 candles only. So no problem in that. In that itself, it had correction because of these events and everything. So it's fine. It is a strength. Okay. For us, we want that for once when it goes down below this 20. Okay, so short-term trend, we want the short-term trend to reset at least. When this is an up move, so you cannot buy up here now. You will want it to form a base. In forming the base, it will go below 20. Okay, for once. That's where we can say that now it is consolidating. So here it went below 20, it formed a base. This is not a good breakout up here. Okay, this is an uptrend which is going up, and more we will learn about when we'll discuss about entry. Okay, so don't worry about it. Aniruddha asked checking monthly time frame then checking on daily is better. Okay, so you can do it based on your experiences. I do everything on daily. I have told 3 times also to do whatever I'm teaching, it's on daily. If you want to apply on monthly, that you can do based on your own experiences. Nobody is stopping to you to do it. Okay. If you have some experience based on your 5 years, 4 years of trading that you should do, you can of course change it based on your experiences, your research, and your personal confidence level. Okay. But I will again repeat that I'm teaching on daily. Now you are asking I will do on monthly. That is completely your personal choice. Okay. There's nothing much I can do regarding it. So you can change things. You want to do swing trading on monthly, you should not do it. I'm telling you again and again. But still you want to do, I cannot stop someone, okay, from doing that. It's at the end, it's your personal choices. You want to follow, you don't want to follow. But you should have some research based on it if you don't want to. Okay, you should have some experience in some research that, yeah, I have this data point to change up this thing, I have this data point to do up something else, rather than just randomly. Okay. So let's see more examples. So this which is see here you have both kind of ways. Here it went up. This is an up down base. It moved up, but after this move it started making an up slope base. It progressed, tried to progress here, failed, tried to progress up, failed. So from this up move it started forming an up slope base here. So here trigger, a breakout will be here. Okay, a breakout will be here. And breakouts are very critical. That's your action point. A good breakout is what you need. Okay, how to enter, we will discuss that later. But that's the first thing. First thing is the breakout itself. Okay, next thing will be entry. So we are learning base and breakout only up here. Here eventually it fall down. It again formed a base. Now this is again an up down base. Here also you can make these are sufficient candles. These are overall 2023 candles, so that's a fine breakout up here, and then it again moved up here. Let's see more examples. Which kind of base is this? Which kind of base is this? This is an up down base. This is an up down base, right? So first is that you identified up down base. Okay, this is an uptrend. Your moving averages are in sync. Second step, you identified that yeah, it gave a good money up here. It had a good move. Okay, but it gave fully back this move. So this is an up down base. Then you make a supply zone up here where you see majority price action getting stuck at the somewhere lower side of the base. Okay, like this, exactly like we discussed. I found it exactly here, a breakout, and this is a move. After that, which kind of base is this now? Which kind of base is this? Yes, this is an upright base. Okay, you have majority price action here itself on the upper side. Now whether you will make a resistance zone up here, this is too small. Okay, hardly 10 candles. So your major supply zone is here only. Your supply zone remains here. You will not change it up here from here. Okay, you cannot change it here because there is not sufficient candles to call it as a supply zone, to call it as a resistance. So this is here where you have majority price action. Somewhere this breakout, then here some movement. Now here again it tried to make a upright kind of base. It eventually did not happen. It simply changed the trend and still going downward, downward, downward only. Which kind of base is this? You have this up move up here. After this, it tried to break out here. Eventually, if it would have given a breakout here also, so we would be able to draw like this somewhere, and it will be an upslope. It did not give any further breakouts. Okay, so it did not touched up here. You cannot make a slope base. So it started going sideways, sideways. From here, you can call it as a upright base, where you have resistance zone on the upper side of the base. Okay. Eventually, as it was moving, market corrected more and more. This upright base started moving more towards the downward side. It was this, and then somewhere it went like this. Okay, so now you can shift it here also to this zone. Okay, and this is where it broke out, worked again, moved up here. Let's see more examples. This is which kind of base? Simple up down base. Nothing much to think. You are clearly able to see where the majority candles are going. That is your upright base. Okay, it moved up here, it broke out, market correction came again, then it moved up here. This is which kind of base now here? This one. Which kind of base is this? Vikram says upright, Shivkan says up down. Still up down. Why? Majority price action, where is it? It's here. Then how is it up down? You want to make like this? I told you, you should not make like this. Your resistance is always up here until unless you find a way to go down. That is one more way you can think for. Your resistance is always here until unless you find a way to move down. Until unless you try to shift it to up down base. So if you'll find that, do. If not, then it's here. Okay. Now then after that it changed it went below, everything got changed. No transition till yet to any other stage. Maybe in future it can happen like this. It may move like this. I'm just telling you how a stage transition, I'm not telling you it will happen like this. When a stage transition happens, at some point it will happen, right? When a downward stage moves to sideways and then it again breaks and again transitions to stage 2. So it may happen in future and sometime maybe like this. Okay, and maybe by that time your moving averages also gets in sync. Okay. Now, which kind of base is this? I have already drawn it here. This is an upright base. Now, will you make it here? No, right? These are not sufficient to shift from here to here. These are not sufficient. Can you make like this here? Is this a good supply zone? Yeah, it is a supply zone, but it's not something that we are looking for. Okay, we are looking for it to reset the swing at least once, which happened here. That it went below this 10, 20 and finally gave a breakout up here. This is your 20 moving average, okay, exponential only. This is your short-term trend. You want that short-term trend should reset once after a move. Okay, and when we are taking an entry, that at about that point of time also we'll discuss this again. So this is a full up move. This is again here, and you can make this is an upright base again. Majority of the action happening up on the upper side. It broke out. It did not sustain much. Here it tried to broke out. you can make it like this, or you can draw an upslope also now here. Now this was very near, so kind of this. Okay, and finally broke out here, went down again, broke out here, and it moved up here, again went up and made an up down base up here, went up, making upright base up here. So this is how the stock's journey was overall. Here look which kind of base is here. Till here it was looking like it can make an upright kind of formation. Okay, till here. Eventually it fell down. You have made a good zone up here. Okay, so your resistance then shifted from here to here. Once you find, if there is no area, then it's fine. It's just, and keep that resistance up here, keep that supply zone here itself. Here, when you find up here, do this, and it moved up. Now look up here, this how it transitioned from one stage to another. This was stage 4, completely declining. Here it started making kind of upward movement, a higher low, but all the breakouts were failing back to back. You have this breakout failure here, you have this breakout failure. So is this something here you would like to see? Is this a breakout? Is this a breakout of this base? This is an upslope base. This is your upward side area where you have this one touch point here, two touch point here. Okay, you can make like this also. No, this is fine. You have these two areas at the moment. You don't have 3, you have 2. Here one failure, here one failure. This is your final breakup here. This is a final breakout. So this is an upslope. Usually upslope, these all bases, majority of the time they are formed when market goes into corrective phase or goes into a sideways kind of phase. Okay, that point of time you'll find all these bases. So this is complete journey for this stock. Let's see some more example. It's HPL Electric. So this was an up down base up here. This is up and this is here down. It called failed up here, moved down, went up here. It made a kind of an upright base up here. Majority price action here. Will you make here? Are these sufficient candles? Is this up down? Can you shift this to here, from this upward side to here? No, right? These are very small. So below side, this is just too less. On upward side, it's fine. If it's very less on the upward side here, it is completely fine. Here it tried to break, it got failed, and again stage changed. Here, this is an up down base. This is your move up here. This one fully, and then it went down. Consolidate. Will you make it here? On this day, will you call it, oh, it has given a breakout? Good, see, this is a breakout, this is a supply zone. Will you shift it here? No, this is just too less. You cannot shift it randomly. Now you would be understanding why I told you to look for candles up here. Otherwise, you will go very, very below in the base. That's not the correct area which you are looking for. Okay, so you will find these two candles also. It's a base, it's a up down base. No, at least some candles we need to add at least 15-16 kind of candles up here to shift it from here to here. Okay, well, this is an up down base. Still it's an up down base only, moved up and then bottom side moved up. Now this is upright base. This is move 20% and majority price action happening up on the upper side only here. This is an upright base. Now how to drop these supply zone? Just put it on the where you can get the majority of candles. That's it. Okay, don't necessarily needs to be this high wick itself. Doesn't necessarily needs to mean here. Majority candles Here you can put it like this, touching up majority candles. Like 1, 2, here very near, here rejection, here rejection, here rejection. So that's where you make. Okay, can you make like this? Oh no, no, no. I will make like this. Of course not. Okay, a bit of common sense will become necessary. Can make like this up here. This much is fine. Don't try to do like this. Okay. So let's move here. What kind of base is this? This is an upright base. It got filled up here and eventually the stock changed its direction. From here it tried to move up again got filled. Okay. Which kind of base is this one? This is again an up down base. Can make it here. Broke out, failed, again broke out, worked. Now which is this? Now here where you can make up. This is one where you have these kind of actions. Okay. Here, then here. You can go more below here and try to make this one also. Okay, this is an up down base. Let's see some latest example. This is and up and down base. Okay, remove this already done trade. Up and then here also one was there. Okay, and then here. This is still an up down kind of base. Let's see NIACL. Here you had this one up down. It broke out, moved up here again, went sideways. So eventually it made a complete upright itself. Okay, majority action happening near to these highs. One was here and then it again consolidated because it was just too deep. That's why maybe it then formed a complete right side. Moved up here, did not work immediately. Again, it made a upright kind of base where you have resistance again and again near to these highs. Near to here, then here. Here, can you make it like this also here? Yes, you can make it like this also here. It got failed. Again, here it broke. This time it worked. Okay, that we'll understand in entry. Where are entry points? Okay, not every breakout is like an entry. Okay, so we're not entering everywhere here. Okay, we'll filter it out more in the next session. Here again, this is an up down base. This one from this run up down, try to move up, failed. How up upright? You don't have anything up here. How you will make a base up here? It's just done. It's this move. Okay, only time will tell where it will go. How you will tell here upright or up down or whatever. Let it correct. अभी तो कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है. Canes. This is again and down here, and this is again up move and going on the right side. This is a breakout up here. Let's see fact. Look up here. This is again an up down base. This is the prior uptrend up here, went down and set up majority price action. So eventually this was our resistance zone, earlier one. and we then moved it here. Okay, and that's a breakout and up move. Okay, so your breakout in this case is not up here. Of course, it is also breakout, but the first breakout happened up here itself on the bottom side here, not here, but here, this candle. Okay, this breakout from this high range, your first breakout was here from this base. So the base breakout is this one. It's an up down base, so this is the breakout where from the bottom side it is breaking out. Okay, this is the breakout of the base. This is where momentum can come up. Again, same. Let's see what other thing for how is upright base. Okay, so this is the upright base. Is this or your understanding till it gets tested by this? Is this an upright base up here? What I told you about base, how does base get formed? Okay, it goes below the moving averages. Okay, if it's consolidating, it goes below. So this here goes below the moving averages, goes below 20. That's where it gets reset. Okay, every example that we discussed, that same thing only. So it tells you that how much attentive you are. Here it went below this 10-20. Here it went below this 20. Here it went below this 20. ओके अदरवाइज तो फिर सब अपराइट ही है, अप डाउन कभी आएगा ही नहीं. आप दो कैंडल को यूज कर लो, बोल दो ये अपराइट है तो बेस है, एंड दैट्स वेयर यू विल ट्रेड इन अ वेरी बैड वे. ओके, when it is consolidation, what's the meaning of consolidation? When it goes below these moving averages after a run. Okay, after a run it goes below this 20. Okay, after this is a run. Okay, 40%, 50, here 74. So you want it to go below and then set up, then spend some time up there. Okay, you can't just say, oh, this is upright up here or upright up like in this case Avalon. Otherwise everything is upright. There is actually then no need of analysis. If we just have to find any three candles and just buy them. Okay, if we just have to find any three candles and just buy it, then there is no need for understanding above anything, right? So just be a bit more, try to grasp the concepts. Okay, don't mug it up. If you mug it up, then you'll face issues, because then everything will look positive to you. Yeah, this is a upright base up here. It went below here, so then and then it broke out. Now here, see, this looks like an up slope up here. You had this failure up here. It did not work. You had then here this failure, then it again moved up from here, again went down. So kind of this one. Okay, multiple points up here, here also, and then it eventually broke out. Okay, EIEL, let's see. So this is an up down kind of base till yet. You had this move up here, and then it's setting up here. So let's see how it goes in future. IOLCP. So this was a upright base this year. It moved up, gave some money, again went down. Now what happens? Only need more candles to tell anything. Okay, till yet you don't have, you have this as resistance, and then you will require it to spend some time. Okay, go below this 20. It can go and come back again, maybe in 5 days itself, like this one. Or it can take 6 months, 4 months, 5 months, who knows that? Okay, we don't know how much time. So look up this one just extended, it moved up very good. Very short upright base, but you need that after such kind of move. 80%, you need some reset. Okay, it went below this 20, again went up. You will see this is very short, hardly 4-5 bars. So it can happen in that, but you need that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Whether it happens in 6 months, 1 month, 5 days, 6 days, 8 days, but if it's upright, you need that to call it as a base. Okay, to call something that, yeah, it has for once shaken out the previous short-term traders, mid-term traders. Okay, because many will follow such moving averages and they goes out. That's where you can call it that it's resetting. It's now a base. Okay, so here this was an up move. Here this is a base. Okay, very short, quickly went down, went up, and here broke out, and then it moved. Okay, so it can be real short also. Now can you shift this up here and call it a zone? No, not this candle was not breakout. Can you say that this candle is not breakout? But actually in this base, this candle is the breakout. Okay, because here you have these two sessions, so we can draw it like this instead of here, and this candle is a breakout. Can you say like that? Can you say like that the resistance is not here but here? Is it ideal thing or not? Vikram says no. M says no. Anand says no. Correct, because that's where you have majority candles, not here. If it would have spent some time up here, 15, 18 sessions, then we would have shifted it here. And then maybe that candle coming out would be a breakout candle. Okay. But not this one. Then it moved up here, moving up, no base. Is there any base now in this? Okay, in this run, what are the base? Is this a base here? Is this a base? Can you call this a base here? I'm not talking about buying or selling. Again, I will repeat. This is not where you will buy or sell. I am nowhere telling you to buy up here. I'm nowhere telling you to buy up here. We are just discussing what's a base. Okay. Buying will come maybe 1 or 2 sessions later. So it's just continuation of this move. The trend is just continuing. Okay. Let's see some recent example. Tata Invest. Now look up this. This is again an up down base. You have this move up here and then majority price action going on here on the bottom side. It gave its run almost fully for once. Then it again made a right side consolidated. Tried to break out but went back here. This is an area where you have majority price action. This is the area where you have majority price action. So that's a breakout up here and then it moved. Okay. See this IRDA. Now, which kind of base is this one? Which kind of base is this one? Can we shift it from here to here? Can we shift it? Can we shift it here? No, because this is just very less. Yeah, it's IPO or trade. Okay. Yeah, 20 we had from here only. So इसके पहले का तो we don't have data itself. So you cannot 2, फिर in this case we'll move to shorter one. Okay, 10, तो आप यहाँ पे 10 आ जाओगे. आपके पास जो अवेलेबल है जितना आप उसके बेसिस पे ट्रेडिंग करोगे, राइट. It did not went, but it went below 10. So at least what we have till that point. Okay, because this just came from IPO. So after that you won't have 20. So if it's not there, move to 10. You don't know here it's up, down or what. So go up here. Okay, and these are not bylaws. Okay, you need to be flexible. IPO, if like 150 and 200 is also not there, then what? 150 and 200 is also not there. So can you call it an uptrend or not? Is this an uptrend or not up here? Is this an uptrend or not? Yes, it is. If it's not, go to 10, right? तो अभी जब कम मूविंग एवरेजेस है तो जो है आपको उसके बेसिस पे ट्रेडिंग करनी है ना. द मूविंग एवरेजेस विल नॉट कम फॉर यू. It's not there, it's not there, that's it. So here you just have 20 from here, very less. It moved up here and then it had its run. Once you have more and more candles, more and more data, then you can interpret more and more things. If 50 then came up here, so once 50 came, you see 20, 50. Okay, once you have 150, then see 20, 50, 150. Once you have 200, then shift to that. That's the highest point. We don't have to move further from 200. Okay. Let's see more examples. One is EPAC. This is another one. So this is which kind of base up here now? This is which kind of base? This is again an upright base. Majority price action happening on near the highs. Here you have 10, 12 candles only, so you cannot shift it up here to call it as a resistance zone. Here. Again, this is which kind of base now? This is full up move and this is just down. In down itself, you can see it has transitioned to its stage. It has transitioned the stage. Maybe somewhere now in future, whenever it moves up, at that point, we'll again reanalyze it. Let's see this one. This is which kind of base up here. When you can shift it here also, have majority, then it moves up here and again had multiple up here. So at this point of time, you can shift it to here, but as it progresses, you can see that it eventually become an upright kind of base. So it again had this one. So both are now valid resistance points. Okay, on this day it was this, but eventually it did not pick up momentum. It went down, then again it had candle near to these high zones. So that's where you can call it as then an upright. Okay. RS, I'll ignore that question because I have like almost in 1 hour 30 times told that we are not discussing entry and exit, and your question is again the same, that your entry point was not there. So nothing more to again repeat the same thing. Which kind of base is this now? This is again up and just down. Here your breakout is here, moved up. Which kind of base is this? Up and then down, bottom side going sideways, moved up. Again, which kind of base? This is the prior up move. Okay, this is a very long, so 2-3 resistance you can make. Here one you can make eventually from here. Okay, this was one. This was just transitioning up here. There is no up move till here. Here you have some up move. So from here you can make like this up down base. Please, you need some up move to call it. Now here this is just down, nothing much up here to do. Here you have some up move and then down. So up down base up here. Eventually transitioned into stage somewhere here. And these candles up here. Okay. After that it tried to again make this upright kind of base. It did not broke out, went down. So it went down here. Here you had multiple candles, multiple areas from where it got rejected. So this is now an up down base. Okay, so look up how from an upright it went into up down. So the correction as it deepers, you will get better resistance zone in below side of the base. Okay, so here you had this. Eventually market would have fallen more. It corrected more. In this entire process, corrected 30%. You have a resistance zone, then here, then breakout, then again up, and again it consolidated here down. So this has been the overall journey for this stock. Okay. Let's see some more examples. Look up here. This is up move, transitioning into the stage, and then you have this upright base. You can shift it here also, call it as an up down base. It failed, then again somewhere it broke out. Eventually it failed this one also. Went down here. Here you have some up move. This is an up down base. Okay, this is prior up move. Some here is the top of the base, and then it corrects up here. Here you have one, you can make it here also, and then this one. It then here moved up. This is again up and right side. Here you had how many candles? Very less, I think 10-11 candles only. So you will not shift it up here. It's this only. This is your breakout happening of this resistance zone. Very choppy stock, never progressed very good after here. Here it has again changed its trend, but still yet to form a base. Now whether it will move here till here, you can see supply zone up here. Now whether you will move it here or not, as you will have more candles, you will come to know. Lloyd's Enterprises. This is an up down base. This is up move up here, gone down. This is the area of multiple rejections. Okay. This is your final breakout. This is the stock. Here it again tried to make an up down base, but it was not able to break this. It's just going sideways. Maybe in future we can see like this. Okay, only time will tell. Adani Power, this is one recent one. Now here you can look back to back, so many breakout failures. Okay, here you have a breakout failure here, then it tried to move up, you had a breakout failure here. Eventually here it moved. So you can then draw it as up slope. So when you draw this, you have then this again choppy phase up here. Finally, this is a breakout of this upslope base. Why knowing this is important, that where is the breakout now? Once you have made this, so you can see it till here itself that it's an upslope base, multiple here, you have many touch points. So is this a breakout here? Is this candle a breakout? 8th September 1? No, right? It did not close. A good close is only a breakout. What's the meaning of breakout? Is the price moving out is a breakout? No. A good close above the supply resistance zone. That's a breakout, or you can call it as confirmed breakout, whatever you want to call. That's something which is some actionable. Okay, from after that only something to do will come. Before that, nothing. It's just in its base. Okay, here you have this. So that's something that's what you can call is as a confirmed breakout or a breakout, whatever you want to call. Here it failed. It eventually tried but did not close. A good close is very important. Okay. Let's see 1-2 more example and then we'll wind off. Look up here. It's a kind of upright here. Can shift it here somewhere. Okay. So this is a breakout up here, and then it moved up here. Here it went down up here. So you can call it as another reset area. This is another breakout. It's again upright base. You have this up move. I'm moving into right side. Okay. You don't have sufficient sessions up here to shift this from here to here. You have only 3, 4. That's not something we are looking for. Okay. Here, then here again you have this smaller one. Okay, it did not went below 20. Intraday went, but it did not close. Okay, it's a continuation of this uptrend. Here you have this up-down base. It tried to close up here somewhere. Did not work that great. Again, just going sideways, and a downtrend. Here you have this. This is an up-down base. Can see like this. Here worked. Here again a short upright base. Okay, this is again that I think election candle. No, some other day. So majority price action remains here itself. Okay, this is better. Here you cannot shift because this very list to move to up down. So it's this. It then break out and it moved. This is how stock moves. Any stock moves, it moves like this only. Now this is up slope base. Moved up here, down, just going sloppy, not going anywhere. Just had a small range up move up here. Tried up and up move, failed. Tried up and up move, failed. So it becomes sloppy eventually. Okay. So it broke out here then. Okay. It broke out here, failed again. And here this is just going nowhere. Okay. So you can make it like this. And this is where you have a breakout, this candle. Something to do for. And then this is the move. Okay. Let's see the last one, just GICRE. No, there is no such criteria. It's just you will be able to see on screen. Okay. We cannot like come up with every figure and everything. It doesn't happen. It's simple, like I have explained in last 1.5 hours, nothing more in it. Just something which you can see on chart. GICRE, nothing going on up here. Here it had this base, an upright base up here. Here I think it's sloppy. It's a bit sloppy up here. Something like this going on. Okay. Then it moved up from this breakout, but then again it went sideways. Again it started forming another base. So this is one base, and after that again another base comes. The market direction would not have been positive, or some sectoral negative, something, maybe results, some or the other issues, and then stock can go on from base to base. Okay. I hope this is clear now. Just write down if it's clear. We had around 40-50 examples. Vikram says perfect. What about others? Molly says clear. M says clear. Sushila says clear. Shivkan says cleared. Anirudh says clear. Nitesh says clear. Okay, great. So that's it for today. And in next session, we'll understand about more structure. We'll understand about higher lows, and then we'll move on to the entry part. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.